Hello, welcome back. In today's episode, we are back on the camper build and we are going to build some walls. I got some 5/8 tongue and groove plywood that I want to stick together and get my curved walls and ceilings and everything kind of cut out of that. I got a door you can see behind me. I got a couple windows and an access hatch, and get all that cut out of there and get the walls up so it can actually start looking like a camper. So let's put the camera down and get some measurements and get cutting. So since I'm going with the taller style camper this time, because of this door, I found a really cheap door. It's brand new, never been used. A person just decided to change their plans with needing it. So I got a good deal on it, and that's why I went with this size. I would have preferred to go a little bit smaller, but a good deal you can't pass up. This is, the door itself is 77 inches and plus a little trim around for mounting it. I'm going to make the camper about 78 and a half, sorry, and gives me a little bit of clearance above and a little bit of headroom inside. And so yeah, I'm going to start getting these plywood sheets all cut to the right size before I cut them down, so just so they're not quite as big, and yeah, make it a little bit easier to handle. Okay, I got them all cut to length and lay them all up here. I need to get a cart, get them all screwed together, pushed together so that I can get my shape out of them. Okay, so I got it together. I'm gonna screw some pieces of wood across to keep it there, so while I'm doing all my cutting that it doesn't come apart on me, because that would be annoying. Okay, so got all my joints as tight as I can get them. Got them screwed together. Thing looks huge now that it's just laying here. But that'll get smaller once I get this curve cut. So let's see what I can do for a curve. Oh, I got some shape to it. Took some scrap pieces of wood, put some screws down into the wood so that I could bend some wood, other thin strips around to get a curve going. I laid out my door and my window, my hatch, to get some lines. I think that's going to be a perfect size. Got everything to fit in there. This one piece of strip already broke, but I got my lines on there. So I'm gonna cut all these out and leave them a little bit big, grab a belt sander, sand them down to the size that I want, nice and smooth. Then I can use this whole wall as a template for the next one. Here you can see a little bit better. I just took some scrap wood. Nice and simple to do that way. And get a nice curve going. So that made it a whole lot easier than trying to figure out some other way. But if you're doing something like this yourself, I highly suggest doing that way. That worked really, really well. Ta-da! That looks like something. Now I gotta clean up all the edges, try to get it as tight as I can, and for these lines that I drew, so get this top curved. I got a flat spot right now and I need a nice curve around there. I'll work with that. You can see I got this little bit of a flat spot here and I'm not crazy about it. I would like it better if it kind of just all flowed together, so I'm going to try to round it out as good as I can and see how that goes. My door comes to about right around there, so I got some room. I just don't want to get too close to it. So let's see what I can do to make it look better. And that's that. One wall is completely cut out, ready to use as a copy for the next wall. Let's do that. So the second wall went way faster than the first one. You can see there's 2 layers there. So what I did is I took the first wall after it was nice and exactly the way I wanted it. I just prepped the plywood the same way for the second wall, and then just went ahead and screwed the first wall to the second wall, and then used the jigsaw and cut around all the edges so that they lined up perfect. So now I'm going to take a belt sander and sand them while they're both together so that they're perfectly even. And that's that. Both walls are done, all curved and sanded nice and flush. You can see that they are perfectly exactly the same. So I screwed the whole thing together so that they wouldn't move. I'm very happy with that. So I'm going to unscrew these. I'm going to take them outside to the trailer, and then I'm going to build some cross pieces so I can get both walls up and see how it looks. And then once everything's up, I'm going to cut out the windows. That way I get a better feeling exactly where I want everything, and then I think it'll look better that way. So let's get this thing screwed apart and taken outside. Okay, I got those pieces taken outside. I'm going to build my own cross support pieces. I've been back and forth on how I want to do this, but I was going to do a 2x2, but I think I'm going to use some plywood. I'm going to cut some 1.5 inch strips and make my own little L-shaped piece so I can nail and screw them together, glue them together, and then that'll be my support all the way across. So I'll show you what I'm doing with that once I get some made, and then maybe understand if you don't understand. So. Okay, so the plan here, I cut myself a whole bunch of these 1.5 inch by 5/8 thick strips. I've already cut them to length for what I need in between the walls. And I'm going to go ahead and glue and nail these together, staple them together, so I'm end up with a nice little L-shaped piece, and that'll give me a nice sturdy roof support, and it'll also keep it strong the other way. I think it's going to work out really well. So I'm going to go ahead and glue all these together, nail them together, and then they're ready to put on the camper. Who's coming so quietly? Would you like to come say hi?
Hello!
This is my daughter. She likes to help me in the shop sometimes. Okay, those are finally all made. I don't know if it's going to be enough, but it'll be a start. And once I get a whole layout and I can kind of evenly space them for now, if I feel I need more, I'll just make some more. So let's go get these on. Back outside. I got all the walls ready to go. I'm gonna see if I can get these placed up and put into place where they belong. I got some blocks to screw them down for now, and then until I get my cross pieces on. And I got some 1/2-inch plywood to go over top once these middle sections are in. So let's see if I can do this without dropping anything. That's it for one side. Okay, I got that wall up, finally. Highly recommend using 2 people. One person just slightly annoying, but I did it anyway, just how I am. I think I'm going to turn this trailer because I can't get my front pieces on here without hitting the pole. So I'm going to turn it so I can access front and back at the same time and get these cross supports on here and straighten out this wall so it looks a little bit straighter. But it's raining again, just how it always is here. So I'm going to move the camera out of the rain and move this trailer. So these are what I built earlier, little L-shaped pieces, and they're 1.5 inches this way, and these are 1 or 2 1/8 or whatever they are. But I'm going to use the 1.5 inch for the height, so that my insulation that's going to go through the ceiling is 1.5 inches thick. So that way it's the same thickness and it works nice, just the way the floor that did as well. It's going to be annoying to do this by myself for the first couple until this thing is tighter on here. Okay, I ran out of pieces. I'm gonna have to go in the shop and break some more. I wasn't sure how many I needed. I got like 3 more up there, maybe 3 more there, so 6 more. So we'll make some and then finish the rest. Oh, that took way longer than I thought it would. But I got some shape to it now, which is fantastic. I'll show you the other side here. Again, I recommend having a second person just to help hold the other end. I ended up using a block to hold up an end and then kind of lay it on top of there while I get one side nailed and screwed and glued, and then did the other side. So I'm going to cut out a door opening for today just so I can get in there if I need to. I already have my door opening all marked on here when it was still laying down in the shop, so I'm just going to cut it and hope it doesn't fall on me. Yay, got a door! That's so cool. It's exciting. I gotta get the door and see if it fits. Alright, moment of truth. Locking mechanism. Forgot about that part. All right. Round two. Sweet. Oh, it's not. That's exciting. Screw this thing on temporarily. Alright, I'm gonna get the keys. Welcome home. That's fantastic. All right. Yeah, that needs to be adjusted because, well, it's not sitting level. Oh, that's so exciting. I'm so excited about that. I am going to call it a day for today. Sorry about the camera. But this video's not over. I will continue it another day. A new day, but continuing right where we left off. Got the door cut out. And today I'm going to cut out some windows and an access hole down here. I got another window on the other side to cut out. And then I'm going to cut some holes just to make the whole trailer lighter that I'm going to fill in with insulation, just to make it more towing friendly, if you want to call it that. I got my windows sitting here. I'm going to grab them and I'm going to mark them where I want them. I got a bench on the inside that where my cushions are going to go for my table and stuff, so I want to stay above the cushion for the backrest, so I got to try to figure out exactly where I want that, and then cut it out and have a window. So let's do that. So I got two different size windows. They're used windows, but they're still in really good condition. They work really well. This one opens upwards. My other one opens sideways. I think I'm going to use this one that opens sideways on the other side. This one's going to go on this side beside the door. So I think roughly around there is where it's going to end up. Maybe closer to here. I'll figure it out and mark it out. I got my tongue and groove seam right here, and I'm trying to keep it intact. I don't want to cut into it, just to keep it a little bit stronger. Although there's going to be a whole other layer of half inch, so probably doesn't even matter, but that's just what I think. Okay, I think that's a good spot. I'm gonna cut it out now. Wish me luck. Got a window. All right, see if my measurements work. Nope, it didn't. Okay, what did I not do? I see. I didn't cut these corners enough. Easy fix. All right, round two. Yay, that was nice. That's perfect. Very nice. Okay. Next up on this side, got his access door. I'm gonna end up painting it black. It's what I found for nice and cheap, because trying to do everything on a budget. I think like everybody does, but okay. Ta-da! First try. Perfect. Okay, let's move on to the other side and get the other window cut out. Not exactly sure where I want this one yet. I don't know if I want it centered over the wall or if I want it kind of centered over the dining area. I'm leaning more towards it centered over the wall, just so it looks a little bit better from this outside, I guess. I got some cabinets that are going to be on the inside that are going to come down here, and there's going to be a base cabinet here. So I don't want it too far this way. This is my tongue and groove joint right here. I want to keep that intact, so I don't want to cut over that. So maybe I'll stay just off of there. I think that's what I'll do. Okay, that should be good. Let's cut it out. Hello. Got it out. Let's see if this one fits better. There we go. Perfect. Okay, next step, I want to cut some holes for insulation. So since I'm putting some holes in here, I got cabinets coming up here and I got cabinets down here, and I want to be able to screw them to the side to support the paneling. I call them cabinets, but it's basically just some panels. But I'll probably do a hole in the center here for insulation, keep the top and bottom for structure. We'll do a hole here. I want to add a table on the outside that I can clip on to put a little grill onto or whatever, or a little propane stove. So I don't want to do too much. I'll probably leave this section. I got some markings on here. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but I'll cut out this hole here probably, and down here. Yeah, let's see what I can do. Okay, I think that's going to be a good amount of weight loss and still be structurally sound. Again, like I said, there's another whole half-inch layer of plywood going on this. It's going to be glued, stapled on there, and then I got a 1/4-inch layer on the inside, so it'll be strong. So let's get these holes cut out. See what it looks like. Well, I got this side all cut and done. It'll make it a little bit lighter. It'll all get filled in. It'll still be structurally sound, nice and strong, but just make it easier for towing purposes. Sorry for the shaky camera. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the other side. If anybody's wondering, this board that I got in here, this is just for trying to keep it square before I get all the panels in, so it doesn't shake so much. It doesn't really shake, but just for extra security. And I do have some stabilizing jacks. They're not installed yet. I just put them under there for now. Waiting for my welder to get back. My brother is borrowing it, so I gotta wait for that. I finally got those jacks in, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut these other side panels out. Okay, awesome. I'm gonna go get a sander. I'm gonna sand all these edges just to clean them up a little bit so I don't get any big chunks behind there. Remember, the first step to building a teardrop trailer is to make sure you go get yourself a nice big woodworking shop where you have all of the tools that you need. It just makes it easier. Just kidding, you don't need to have that. You need basic hand tools, but you know. Funny. Okay, I think that's it. Now I gotta figure out the next part. Okay, so I got my one layer of 1/2 inch ready to go, first bottom piece. I got my frame down here. I'm going to line it up with the bottom of that, and or floor, not frame, sorry. The bottom of my floor, and then I'm going to screw it on, tack it on, and then I'm going to router it out, see how that does. If that doesn't work, I'm going to try something else, but that's what I'm going to start with. So once I have this router out, I'm going to take it back off. I'm going to add all my PL construction adhesive, and then I'm going to stick it back on and put it on there for good. That's messy. Okay, that turned out really well though. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to glue this one on first and then work on my next step to keep it secure. Okay, I'm going to router out this hole. I'm gonna get a hole. Beautiful. Okay, right here. This next piece, I'm going to start from the other end, work my way this way to cover up both of my joints so that keeps it all nice and sturdy. So that way it's also staggered a little bit. I'm going to screw it up again, same process, and then router it out, and then take it off, screw it, router it, blah, 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 all that stuff. Okay, the first side's done. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the other side, and then I'll show you when it's all done. There we go. It is done. I think it turned out great. Really, really happy with that. So that's how that looks. So you can see a double layer. You got 5/8 in the inside and then 1/2 inch on the outside. Got all my little cutouts ready to go. Awesome, awesome. I'm really happy with this. So this is the inside. I got my cutouts, like I said. Those are all going to be filled in with insulation. I went and bought some already. So that is that. So I think that's going to be it for this episode. I got lots done. I'm really happy with the progress that's coming along so far. And the next steps are doing the insulation, and then I'm gonna put all the inside layers on. So I gotta do the walls first, and then I can put my ceilings on, and then yeah, that's exciting stuff. So tune in for that episode. Please subscribe so you don't miss any updates. And thank you for watching. For all those subscribers that are there, really appreciate you. And like the video. If you don't like it, just tell me why so I can improve. I'm working on my editing techniques. I've never edited videos before, so working on that, and hopefully I can make it all look good. So thank you again, and until next time, have a wonderful day.